includes
Nesse vídeo, você vai aprender.
Hello team, welcome back. Welcome to DevOps training, and today we are going to learn about the rebase in Git. So this is the new section which we are going to start today. So today we very first in the rebase, first we will try to understand what is the rebase and how it differs from the merge, right? So let's start. So the very first question when we are learning about the rebase, then what is Git rebase and what is the merge? What is Git merge? So guys, in the previous section we have learned about the Git branches. So we have seen how we can create the different branches and what is the use of the different branches in the Git. Why any developer or why any user branch any user want their own specific branch in Git, right? Why the user wants their own specific branch for their some kind of a specific task. So we have learned about the git merge while we was learning about the git branches. So we have seen like git merge branch was used to merge different branches together, right? The rebase has do the same work. Git rebase and git merge both are used to the same work. They both are used to merge the branches together, right? They both are used to merge the branches together. So the first thing to understand about the git rebase is that it solves the same problem as the git merge, right? Using the git merge we can basically integrate the two branches in git, or we can merge the two branches in the git, and using the git base as well we can do the same work. But definitely if there are two terminologies, then there could be some kind of difference, and there may be possible like in some scenario the git merges has their own advantage, and in some other scenarios the git rebase has their own advantage, right? So both of the commands are designed to integrate changes from one branch to another branch, right? They just do it in a very different way, and we will learn about what kind of different ways they are accomplishing their task to merge the branches together, right? So very first we will learn, we have already discussed about the git merge, we have seen how git merge will work, but today we are learning this to understand the differences. So first we will go through, again we will go through with the git merge, then we will go through with the git rebase, right? So git merge versus git rebase. So first, what is the problem? So first we will do the problem analysis. So suppose you are working in a software company, and you are a developer, or you are an automation engineer, or you are DevOps, whatever you are, right? It doesn't matter. The only things matter which is you are using Git to manage your code base, right? So you are working in a developer as a developer in any company, and you are using Git to merge a code base, and somehow you get a requirement to create a new branch because you need to work on some kind of new feature which is totally different, and your master branch is, suppose your master branch is running on some kind of some specific release. Suppose your master branch is running on release 8, right? But you want to do some work on some specific feature. There is a new feature which is coming up in release 9 or release 10 or release 11. So for that you have created a separate branch for you. You have took the old code base which is up to date till release 9, or sorry, release 8, and you have started your own work, right, on your branch. So till now what you have did, you created the new feature branch, right, and you started your work. But in the same way, someone else in your company, someone else in your team, okay, he has updated the master branch with the same changes which is required for you, okay, the same changes which you want to use in your project. How does it different, how can you relate it? So suppose let's take an example of the e-commerce website, right? So you are working some kind of add to cart option, right? And some of the developer, and you are working that add to cart option in your own branch, and some of the developer or some of the colleague on your company have added the same kind of feature or similar kind of code which on which code your code is dependent in the master branch, right? This is the situation. So master branch is a commit ahead from your branch, where you have created your branch, right? And master branch is a commit ahead from your branch, and it has the code which is required for your code. So this is the situation which actually is displaying in the picture. At this point where the cursor is moving right now, you have created a own branch, okay? This is a feature branch which is in the green color, right? And after that, some of your company member, some of your team member have created uh, or post new changes in the master branch, and the code is related to your code. Your code is dependent on this code, which is basically merged with the master branch. Now, what is the option? So we have seen very well, right? In the previous lecture, we have seen we have the option of the git merge. We can merge the code base. We can merge the code base. We can merge the master with my feature branch. That's simple. We have already seen that. Okay. So to incorporate the changes, what I need to do, I just need to check out the branch, my branch, okay, and then merge it with master. So we have already seen that, and we have did it a lot of time, right? So if I will go to terminal, okay, I don't want to go to terminal. Suppose I go to uh, uh, I've created that particular feature over have created that feature. Give me some time. I need to figure out where I need to where I have created that. So yeah, here's the starter web project. You remember? Here is my fork. I have forked the starter web project from the SCM Ninja, right? And this is the project on which I was working, right? So if I'll go to my project directory, this is my project directory, and open the terminal over here, right? And I want to see the logs. I want to see the logs, what kind of work I have done on this particular project in past. So I will enter the command git log and say hyphen hyphen one line hyphen hyphen decorate and hyphen hyphen graph and hyphen hyphen all, right? And I think this will be sufficient, right? So this is the history of my project, right? And here you remember last time I have created a new branch, develop branch, okay? These all commits from my master branch, right? After then I created a new branch, develop branch, okay? I have done some changes in the develop branch, then merge it again with the master branch. See over here, right? And currently my head is pointing to the master branch. See, this is the graph which is showing clearly I have created another branch, develop branch, and there is a graph which is showing, okay, I have committed some changes on the develop, I have committed some changes on the master. Then here is a point. This is the point where merging develop with the master. So at this point I am merging my develop branch with the master branch. So this is the point where I merge my feature branch with my master branch, right? Now we have already discussed about it, right? Now what is the problem with that particular stuff? We have created our own branch, we have merged my master branch with my own branch, right? And we have seen that particular stuff. Now figure out the issues with that particular kind of work. So you have seen in the log, when I'm merging my develop branch with my master branch, or you can say with my feature branch with my master branch, then here is another commit ID is being generated, right? And it is showing a altogether a new commit in git which is merging the develop with the master. But in reality I never did this. In reality I never committed anything. When I was merging my develop or my feature branch with the master branch, then I didn't commit anything. No, I didn't commit anything. So how this commit is being generated, why this commit is being generated? So this commit is basically being generated by the git itself, right? This extra commit is basically generated by the git itself, right? When you commit your message, when you generally do the commit, then you provide some kind of commit message. It's also include a hash, some kind of annotations or some snapshot with your code, right? But when git create a merge commit like this is called the merge commit. When we are merging the branches, this is called the merge commit. Then git doesn't associate any kind of values, annotations, or you can say the history with that particular kind of commit, right? So this is the difference between the commit and the merge commit. Now how this merge commit is problematic for us, so let's understand this. So this create a new merge commit in the feature branch, okay, that ties together histories of both branches. Yes, it is tying together with the histories of the both branches. It is showing in the history of the master branch as well, and it is showing in the history of the feature branch as well. You can say the commit id is in the feature branch with the extra space, but asterisk the pointer is showing in the master branch, right? And giving you branches structure look like this. It is showing the branches structure looking like this, right? These are the initial commits. Here are my feature branch commits, here are the few other commits, and this is the commit which is being generated by the Git. And right now my feature branch is pointing out here. You can simply relate it like this. See where the mouse is. Oh, let me highlight this particular stuff. See, this is the commit which is showing merging develop with the master. So here my commit of my feature branch is running. Here the commit, you can say, then extra commit of my uh, master branch is running. And this is the point. This is the point where both the branch got merged. Right? This is the point where both the branch got merged, and this is an extra commit. This is not the commit which is being made by any user. This is just made by a Git itself, right? So my branch structure will look like this, and simply it is looking like the same. You can see over here, right? Now, how this will impact your course, right? So in this case, feature branch will have an extraneous merge commit every time. You need to incorporate the upstream changes. What does it mean? It means every time you incorporate the master branch with your feature branch, you have these kind of commits, right? And if a master branch is very active branch, suppose you have 1,000 of developers and they are working on the same project, so definitely the master branch is very active branch. It may be possible like you will get 10,000, 2,000, 4,000, 100, 500 commit on a master branch in a day, right? And when you merge the master branch with your feature branch, then this can populate your feature branch history. This will populate your feature branch history, and definitely it is impacting, right? And it can make hard for other developers to understand the history of the project. It is simply playing with your history. It is simply playing with your history. This is just an example, but if you are doing this particular stuff 2 times in a day and there's a lot of commits on a master branch and you're just merging it with your feature branch, then there's a lot of extra commits it will show you in your project history, and that will make the history difficult to understand, right? Then what is the solution? What is the solution of all these things? The solution is the Git rebase. So we will learn about the solution of this kind of problem, right? I'm not saying the merge is not appropriate with the Git merging, right? This is just a case which we are discussing. This is just a difference which we are discussing between the merge and a rebase. Although most of the people prefer merge and most of the people prefer rebase, it's all depend on your requirements, and we will further discuss the requirements in which case the merge is preferable and which case the rebase is preferable. First, let's try to understand about the rebase. So Git rebase, what is Git rebase? So basically Git rebase is an alternative of merging. You can rebase the feature branch onto the master branch, right? Definitely we was merging the feature branch with the master branch. In the same way we can rebase the master branch with the feature branch. And what will be the command? The command will be git check out the feature branch. First we will check out the branch, okay, and we will simple execute the command git rebase master. It means the branch which you want to rebase with your branch, you need to provide the branch name which you want to rebase with your branch, okay? So the merge word will be replaced with the rebase word. That's it. We will show the practical example of this in the coming tutorial. Right now we are just discussing about the differences. We are trying to figure out why the rebase is helpful, why the merge is not helpful, right? Now let's discuss some more thing about the rebase. So this moves, it means the rebase moves the entire feature branch to begin and the tip of the master branch. What does it mean? So we will see in the coming slide, we will see a complete picture how the rebase is working, right? So it will make you more sense and it will make all the things clear what all the statements is being written over here. So let's first try to understand this what is over here. So the git rebase moves the entire feature branch to beginning of the tip of the master branch. So basically when you are doing the rebase, so what Git will do? Git will pick up all the changes from your feature branch and keep it on the top of the master branch. Okay, and effectively incorporating all the new commits in the master. But instead of using a merge commit, rebasing is rewriting the project history by creating brand new commits for each commit in the original branch. Let's try to understand it. So this is the picture which is showing the complete rebase. So once you rebase the branch, so you can see over here I marked asterisk, right? So once you rebase, it will pick up the master branch, it will pick up your branch, the feature branch, and keep all the changes of your feature branch on the top of the master branch, right? But in actual you have committed your changes somewhere here, some committed between the master and some committed between your branch. Then how they are basically present over here? So the statement which we have learned about, rebasing, rewriting the project history by creating brand new commits for each commit. So basically when you're rebasing, so git is creating new commits for your code, okay, and basically attaching all your code on the tip of the master branch, so that you can keep a very clear history of your project. It will not confuse you, like which was commit done by me, which was commit and done by git or itself, right? It is a very transparent, so you can see these are the changes which in the master and these are changes which I have done on my feature branch. That's quite simple. That's called the git rebase, right? So this is something different from the git merge. There is the on benefit of the git rebase and there is on drawbacks of the git rebase. So we will discuss about the benefits and the drawbacks of the git rebase as well, right? We'll compare the benefits and the preferred choices of the git rebase and git merge, right? So right now we are trying to understand the rebase and merge. So I hope it is pretty much clear what the rebase is doing and what the merge is doing and what is the significant differences between the git rebase and git merge, right? So benefit of the git rebase. So these are the few benefits of the git rebase. You can get a much cleaner project history. Definitely there's no extra commits is being generated with the git. So I have the history which is related to my commits and the commits is which is done with the my follow developers, right? It eliminates the unnecessary merge commits required by the git merge, definitely. And rebasing also results in a perfectly linear project history. I mean to say, you will not get this kind of zigzag graph. Once you will work with the git rebase, you will get a single line stream project history, right? So to discuss about the rebase with some examples. In the last tutorial we have already gone through with the detailed explanation of the git merge and the git rebase. Today we will see this with the help of an example, right? So the very first question with the git rebase is why git rebase? So to merge the branches, we can use the git rebase. We have already discussed the detailed explanation and the detail, you can say the detailed discussion on the git rebase in the last section, right? And today we are going to see how the git rebase is helpful and how we can merge the branches with the help of the git rebase. So before going forward, I would like to recall you, this is the directory, starter web. I have forked from the SCM Ninja on which we are working. This is a project and we have the same project in my machine over here, right? I will open a terminal, right? And pwd. So currently I'm on my home directory, then my name and projects and the starter web, right? So first I will check git status to verify anything. So currently it is saying I'm on the master branch and okay, and my branch is ahead of the origin master by 10 commits, right? Nothing to commit, working directory clean, right? Let's check, do we have another branches itself? So git branch, yes, we have another branch develop. So first I will go and clean up this develop branch, right? Again execute the git branch command. So right now I have only master branch. So I know very well, to understand the rebase concept, first I need to create the branch. So suppose I'm going to create a new feature branch, git branch, and we have already discussed it how we can create the branches, right? And I'm going to name it my branch. Uh, Git branch hyphen b. Then branch name. Is there any issue with the branch hyphen b? Git branch hyphen b my branch. That's it. Hyphen f hyphen m hyphen b. Yes, it is not accepting the hyphen b. Is it changed in the new git? Let me see. Okay, figure out. We are doing a simple mistake. It's checkout. We need to mention checkout instead of the branch. So git checkout hyphen b and then branch name. And suppose I'm going to branch name my branch. right? So it is saying new branch to create it, right? Clear out and execute the command git branch. See, it is saying two branches and a trace is pointing out to the master branch, sorry, the my branch. So currently I have the two branches, the master and the my branch. So this my branch is some kind of my feature branch and I'm going to change something, right? So list out all the files. So suppose I'm going to change a file humans.text. So I will open it, right? And I will do some changes. No, I don't want to see things, and inside the things I'm going to modify some things and say thanks to all my students, right? I've added some thanks message, control C, close it, right? Get a status. So I have modified a file, so I will do express commit, git commit hyphen am and say modified humans text, right? Now again put the git status. See, on my branch nothing to commit. If I will go and check the log, so git log hyphen hyphen one liner hyphen hyphen decorate hyphen hyphen graph hyphen hyphen all, right? So it is saying this was the master branch, modified humans text over here, see my branch, right? Like this. I will clear it and I will again switch the branch and say checkout master, right? ls, and I will modify some other file over here. Suppose I'm going to modify readme.md, and over here I'm modifying, no, I don't want to download a lot of lectures submitted, git and github training, and over here suppose I mentioned adding git rebase lectures and git advanced part, right? I save it, close it, quit it, right? Git status, and I have one modified file, so I will simply express commit it, git commit hyphen am and say edit message readme, right? Again execute the log, right? Git log one line decorate graph all. So see, over here you are getting two different branches. The graph is something different. It is saying my branch modified humans text, okay, added message in readme, which is done on the master, and this is your branch and this is the master branch, right? And they both are separated in the same way we have seen earlier, right? Over here when we was discussing in the last lecture, right? Now what I want to do, I want to rebase the master branch with my feature branch, right? I want to rebase my master branch with my feature branch. So what I need to do, so clear out a console and check out your feature branch first. So check out my branch, okay, and over here execute the command git rebase and the source branch which you want to rebase. So I want to rebase the master, press enter, and over here it is saying first rewinding head of replay your work to top of it. So what does it mean? So the git has basically rewinded the work you have done, right? So if I go upside, so you can see over here the commit sequence is like my branch is the first and the latest one is the added message in the readme, right? But what if I execute the same command this time? See, the master branch commit is in lower side which was present earlier before the rebasing, and human modified text, this was the commit which I had done before this commit, but this is at the top of the head. So that same thing which we have discussed in the last tutorial with the help of pictures, right? The Git basically pick up all the committed commits of the feature branch and point it on the tip of the master branch. So, and you can see it has cleared out your project history, and now you are getting all the things in a single streamlined work. See, right? So this is the beauty of the Git rebase, right? So let's clear out the console and do some more modifications. So let's check out the master branch, right? So git check out master, okay, and over here do some more modification in readme file, sublime readme, and say we have done so much of work together, right? Control save quit, get status, git commit, and express commit, and say modified readme again, right? And put the git log, git log hyphen hyphen all hyphen hyphen one liner hyphen hyphen decorate and hyphen hyphen graph. So you can see it is again showing the message in this way, modified readme again, which is on the different branch, and my branch human fixed text, right? The again, but this time we have already seen the things with the help of or rebase. Now we are going to see this same thing with the help of merge. So we will see the what is the difference between the merge and rebase, right? So clear out your console and say git merge my branch, okay, and enter your commit, which could be, you say, merge my branch would be sufficient, or you can say merging feature with master, right? Save, quit, done. If I will again execute the git log, so say the graph is different. It has created one extra commit, merging feature with the master, which is definitely not done by me. This was basically automatically done by merge, right? So this is the difference. When we have created the rebase, this was not creating any extra commit, but when we are merging, this is creating an extra commit, right? So this is the difference between the merge and rebase. And rebase is basically working out, just pointing out the feature branches commits and the head on the tip of the master branches, and making a single line stream history of your project without any extra commits, without any extra confusion. So that's all about the git rebase and git merge. In the coming tutorials, we will learn something new and some more interesting facts about the rebase, some merge conflicts in the git rebase, and then we will see how we can resolve it, right? So very first, check out the branches. So git branch. So currently on my master branch, list out all the files. So these are the files which I have on my master branch. So let's pick up any file and do some changes on it, right? So let's pick up the humans.txt, right? And open it and do some changes over here, whatever you want, right? Humanstext.org, the humans responsibility and technology call phone, and say hi. Uh-oh. Right, something like this. Hi. Oh, I don't want to download the Sublime. Again, I'm getting the same issues again and again. Yeah, this was the thing which we was working. Hi, I'm modifying the file before rebase. right? Just save it, close it, quit it. Get status. So some file is being modified. I'm going to commit it. Git commit -am and added text on master, right? And let's execute git log. So git log -one line -graph -decorate -all, right? So I have done some kind of commit, and the commit message is added text on master, right? Clear out the console. Now I will switch my branch. So git checkout and my branch, right? ls cat humans.text. This is the separate branch, and you can see the text what I added over there is not present here in this particular branch. So in this particular branch, I will modify the same file again, right? So sublime humans text, and I will modify the file again. I will modify it like again added the some text over here and added hi, going to insert conflicts and my feature branch, right? Save it, close it, quit it. Get a status. Some file is modified. Git commit and message is added conflicts in feature branch, right? Clear. And again open the git log. Git log one line graph and decorate all, and see. I have done some changes on the master branch, then I have done some changes on the my branch, added conflicts in the feature branch, right? And what I need to do, I again switch the branch and open the checkout the master branch. Checkout master, do ls and open the humans.text. So see the text what I made, what I changed in my master branch is present, but the text what I just changed in my branch is not present here. So what I will do, I will again modify the same file. I'm creating a very complex scenario just to ensure that we can get the merge conflicts over here, right? And I will add some file and modify again and say DevOps engineer and say level 3. And over here mention sub IT firm or IT organization. Write this, save it, close it, quit it. Get status, git commit -am and added trouble in file, right? This is the message. Clear out the console, right? And again open the git log one line graph decorate all, right? So you can see the order is like this. I have added something on my branch, then I have added text on master, then again added the text on master, right? Now what I need to do, I need to rebase my branch with my master branch. So first I need to check out git checkout my branch, right? Like this. And if I will again execute the log, then it will show you something different. Like this is like this. right? And how can we rebase? So git rebase master, like this is the way, right? This is the way, this is the right way. But the question is, would we like to rebase the branches? No. What it is saying? It is saying first rewinding head of the replay to your work, top of it, applying this, using index info, modified humans text, falling back, patching base, three ways merge, auto merging humans text, and it is saying conflicts content merge conflicts in human text. Error failed to merge the changes. Patch failed, added conflicts in the feature branch. The copy of the path failed, found it, git rebase, apply, patch. Right? So this is the message what I'm getting. If I again execute the log command, then it is saying nothing is changed. I don't have anything changed over here. Right? It means rebase is not happened because of the merge conflicts. Right? So what I need to do, first I need to abort. So how can I abort the rebase? So if you are getting the merge conflicts, so very first abort it. Okay. So execute the command git rebase space hyphen hyphen abort. Press enter. Again check the logs. Okay. And it is saying added treble in. There is no change over here. You can see they're all in the same link, right? Now in the coming tutorial, we will see how we can resolve the merge conflicts in the Git rebase, right? Today we have seen how we can create the merge conflicts in the Git rebase, right? In the coming lecture, we will see how we can resolve the merge conflicts in the Git rebase. Going to see how we can resolve the merge conflict in the rebase. In the last section, we have created some merge conflicts. We have created some conflicts in the rebase, right? So very first, I need to open the file where I'm filling the conflicts. So I know very well. So using the git diff tool, which is a very good tool, using the git diff master and the another branch, you can find out the differences. So I have basically done the changes in a file which is human.txt, right? I have added the changes over here and I have added the readme.file, but my conflicts is present in the human.txt, right? So I will clear out it and open the, first I will check the branch. So I am on the no branch rebasing, right? So first I will check the branch. So right now I'm not any branch. This is the situation where my branch is basically I'm not, my pointer is not pointing out any branch. Okay, I'm in the between of something where I need to resolve the merge conflicts. Okay, we have already discussed these kind of scenarios earlier, right? So I need to open the file where I'm filling the merge conflicts is present, right? And over here I will remove all these changes, all these changes, these extra space, I need to remove these, right? Like this, remove all these things, right? Save it, close it, quit it. Okay, execute git status, right? Commit this file and commit it, resolved merge conflicts, right? Now again check git status. So it is saying rebase is in progress onto this. Okay, you are currently rebasing branch, my branch on this, and to fix on conflicts, run git rebase continue. So I need to execute the command git rebase hyphen hyphen continue. See, so it is saying applying added conflicts in the feature file, no changes. Did you forget to use git add? If there's nothing left in storage, spaces there's something else, already introduced the same changes, you might want to skip this patch, right? To check out the original branch, stop rebasing and git rebase abort. It means still my changes is not done, right? If I will check out git branch, so it is showing still I'm on between of something, right? So when you have resolved this problem, so still the present is there, the problem is present over here. Okay, so I need to find out where the more changes, more conflicts is present. So sublime human text, and in this file let's verify is there any changes required. No. So add git status, and it is saying you are currently rebasing branches, my branch on this and on conflicts. Okay, and there is one more file, sublime readme empty, and there is no changes in readme empty, and it is not showing anything as well, right? So I will say git add all, then git commit -am resolve conflicts, right? And say git rebase continue, but it's still not, it is not allowing you to basically change the files. Already introduced the same changes. You might want to skip this patch. When you have resolved this problem, run this. If you prefer to skip this patch, git rebase escape instead. So okay, execute git rebase escape. Okay, again execute git rebase master. Current branch, my branch is up to date. Okay, execute git log hyphen hyphen graph hyphen hyphen one liner hyphen hyphen decorate hyphen hyphen all. See, resolved merge conflicts is over here, right? These are the changes which I have done, and resolved merge conflict is over here, and they are in the same streamline. So history is not being conflicted. And if I will open the sublime text, sorry, human.txt file in the sublime text, you can see all the changes which I have done is basically over here. Hi, I am not modifying the file before rebase. Hi, going to insert conflicts in the branch file, and this is the thing which I have entered over here, right? So this is the way, guys, how you can resolve the merge conflicts in the case of rebase. So I hope you like the video. Thanks. In the coming tutorial, we will learn about the rebase pull with the help of rebase. So till now we have discussed about the rebase merge and how we can get the merge conflicts, how we can resolve the merge conflict in the rebase. But this is something new. Today we will see how we can rebase the remote repository, right? Today we will see how we can rebase the remote repository. So guys, this is the project on which we are working, right? The starter web and SCM Ninja. I have forked out from the SCM Ninja, right? And let's start from the point where we have leave in last lecture. So over here, just check out the branch. So git branch. So I'm on my branch. So first I will check out the master, right? Because my repository is forked with the master, right? And over here I will put git status to verify everything, right? Now what I need to do, I will push my changes on my git repo. I will push my changes over here, right? I will push my changes on my GitHub repo. So we know very well, as a good practice, first we pull out the changes. So git pull master origin, right? Oh, git pull origin master, right? Origin master. So it will pull out all the changes from your uh, remote branch, and it is saying already up to date, right? Now I will push my changes. So git push origin master, right? So just wait, it will push out all the changes. So there are 47 objects which is going to change on my remote repository after my local changes. So basically it is pushing the data, right? So we have done few changes in the last tutorials. So basically all the changes will be pushed on my GitHub repository, right? So we will see a successful message once it will push out all the changes on my GitHub repository. Right now it is resolving some deltas. So that's an internal process of the Git and GitHub on which the transaction is being happening right now, right? So it will push all the changes on my report repository. After this command will successful, it will push out all the changes on my remote repository, right? So you can see the all the changes is being pushed on my GitHub repo, right? It is saying to GitHub git@github.com anshul55 starter web hyphen git.git. All the changes is being posted. If I will go to here and refresh my GitHub, just wait. So it is saying over here you can say last commit is an hour ago. This is the commit, last commit which was done. C02E3AB, right? If I will put git log, right? So you can see the last commit could be similar. Yeah, right? So just clear out. Right, open the terminal again. There was some bad command I entered over there. Right. So what I need to do now, I will do some changes in my file. Right, I will do some changes in my file. So Sublime humans.txt, I will again do some changes over here and I will insert something over here like doing some changes in local, right? Save it, close it, quit it. Okay, get a status. So you can see over here the humans.txt is being modified. So I will add this file, git commit, express commit, and say added change in local. Right, now if I will run git log hyphen hyphen all hyphen hyphen one line hyphen hyphen decorate and hyphen hyphen uh, graph. So see, this is the changes. Local, change in local. This is my new changes which I have done on my master branch. Right. Now what I will do, I will change something over here. Suppose I'm going to change something in my readme.md file. I will open the file, right? And I will do some change in this particular file. So let's wait until the file will open. Why it is taking so much of time? So file is being opened. I will go click on raw, right? So raw file is being opened over here, right? And if I will say um, history or say edit, just click on edit and suppose I'm adding something in this particular file and suppose I'm adding a lot of lectures are already submitted and a lot of lectures are still coming on, right? And I will add the file directly on remote. So I will add like this remote adding file readme text, right? And commit the changes. So this is the change which I directly made on my machine and you can see the latest commit is being done, right? Remote adding file remote.txt. This is the latest commit what I have made on my starter.web project, right? So this is the change which I have done on my remote directory, right? This is not something which is related to my local directory, right? This is not something related to my local. Now if I will run get status. So it is not aware with the remote because there is no change. It don't have any information about the remote. But I know very well that there are some changes which I have done in the remote, right? So it may be possible in the practical that a lot of developers are basically pushing the code on the remote repository and you're not aware of this. So how can I fetch the remote? So instead of the pull, execute the command git fetch, right? Once you will execute the git fetch, it will fetch out all the changes which is present on a remote repository but is not present on your machine. It is saying total 3. There are 3 changes: unpacking objects 3, fetching from the GitHub, and this is the status. So it has fetched 3 changes over there, right? If I will, if I want to rebase, if I will check get status right now, so it is saying after the get status, you will see your branch origin master have diverged and have one different commit each respectively. It means the remote and my local is not in sync. So first I need to sync this, right? So instead of the get pull, how can I rebase my directory, my local directory with my remote directory? I mean to say, how can I rebase? How can I basically rebase my local directory with my remote directory? Till now we have seen how we can rebase the locals within the branches, right? Now I'm going to rebase my local directory, local git repository with my remote git repository. And what is the rebase? To pick all the changes which I have on my branch and pointing or put it in the head of the changes which is present on the remote. That's it. So git pull hyphen hyphen rebase origin master, right? This is the command which you need to execute to rebase your directory with the remote directory. And if I will execute git log one liner decorate graph all. So see, it is saying, see, origin master, origin ahead, remote, adding file, readme text, and your directory is ahead of this. The current pointer is this, right? So this is the way how you can basically rebase your local Git repository with the remote repository, right? So I hope this thing is pretty much clear. If you want to push the changes, then you can do it. So git push origin master, right? And all the changes will be pushed within a seconds. See, and if I again execute the log, then there is no difference. It is saying, okay, the master, origin master, and the remote is basically in sync. There is no difference, right? So guys, this is the way how can basically you work with the rebase. How can you basically work with the rebase in local? How can you work with the rebase uh, on the remote, right? So let's do some cleanup before leaving it. So git branch. So we have created my branch. So I'm going to delete it. Git branch hyphen D my branch, right? Error the branch, my branch is not fully merged, right? So first I need to git checkout my branch, right? Get a status, and it is saying right. Now I execute git branch hyphen D my branch. Fatal cannot force update current branch. Okay. Cannot delete the branch my branch which is currently on. Okay. So execute git checkout master git merge my branch, right? And merge it, right? Now I delete it. Git branch hyphen D my branch, and branch is deleted because there were some changes which was present on that particular branch but was not merged with the master branch, so that I was not able to delete that branch. This is the beauty of the grid, right? If I will execute git status, so your branch is ahead of the master by 2 commits, which means with the remote, right? So this is all about the rebase, guys. If you have any doubt, any question about the rebase, then you can simply git stash. So we will learn about the git stash. We will learn what is the applications of the git stash, and we will learn how we can use or how helpful the git stash in our professional life, right? So let's start with the basic definitions, then we will cover the basic commands of the stash, and we will see what is the applications of the stash in between this particular lecture, right? So let's first go through the basic definition. This is the short definition, and later on I will explain the complete scenario and the application of the git stash. So what is git stash? So basically, guys, the git stash is used to save your uncommitted changes so that you can work on something else and revert them from your working directory. What does it mean? So basically, in the production, when we are working on any project, then there could be multiple challenges. We have to done some kind of work which is quite lengthy, right? All the work is not short term in our daily office life, or you can say in the production or in the scenario which you done on the working directory, right? So there may be requirements like you're working on something, right? You're working on something, you are working on different branches, and you need to save that particular work for the later on. You need to basically draft that particular work, and you need to switch some other work to make it on priority or to complete it on priority. So we can understand it like you're working on a feature, right? You're working on a feature in which in this particular feature you have done the multiple changes in the multiple files, right? But suddenly your manager asks you, or your mentor asks you to switch something else, okay, and do it on priority, okay, and which is in the same project. So now what you need to do, you need to save your changes, but you need to commit the changes which I need to fix immediately, for which I need to provide the fix immediately. Okay, so how can we do that? So there could be two options. Either we can divide the do the things in a particular branches. I keep the separate copy for separate branch of the same project. I keep the separate copy of the separate branch for the same project, and I'm doing the my changes in a one working directory, and I'm doing the latest changes in another working directory. But maybe at runtime this is not possible, right? So what we need something like, okay, if I don't want to commit some files, then okay, there is no need to commit that, okay, but I want to save them. I want to save them for the future reference so that I can't lose that work. So this is the situation where git stash will help you, right? So we will see how git stash will help you, right? So git stash will save all your uncommitted changes, okay, and revert them from your working directory. So working directory always up to date with your remote repository. So let's see how we can do it. So we know very well, we was working on the starter web project, right? And we have already, okay, open the GitHub, right? Let me allow to sign in. So this is my GitHub, right? And over here I was working on a directory. I have forked out starter web, uh, and I have forked out it from the SCM Ninja. And we was working on this particular directory, right? You remember? So I have cloned this particular project over here. So I will open the terminal over here, right? And I will run the command git status like this. And it is saying your branch is ahead of origin by 2 commits. So first I will make my branch up to date with my remote repository. So I will say git pull origin master, right? Git push origin master. Yeah, all done, right? Now let's clear the console and execute the command git status. So you can see my branch is up to date with my remote repository, right? And list out all the files which I have in my particular project. So I have 404 HTML, cross domain XML, favicon icon, humans text, JS, logs, readmd, index.html. There could be multiple files what I have, right? So suppose I'm going to edit one of the file. So I'm going to edit simple HTML file, right? I open it in my Sublime, right? And suppose I'm going to remove this particular title, test proxy web application. I'm going to remove it, adding title for get stash, right? Save it, close it, quit it, right? Now I will execute the command get status. See, it is saying there is one modified file which is sample.html, right? It is saying there is one modified file which is sample.html. And suppose in between I have a requirement and I need to create another file, so I'm creating another file like touch, and the file name should be, suppose we are taking stash, or we are taking some meaningful name, right? Oh, access logs, access.log, right? I will open the access log. Don't bother guys, I will fix it after this particular video. I will download the latest one. And in the access log, suppose I'm adding something like I'm adding access to authorized users only, added this file while learning stash, right? Now I save it, close it, quit it. Okay, I will again do the git status. Oh, no new file over here. ls. Oh, is there file access logs? Yes, access log is here, but it is not picking the access log. No issue. Uh, Git status. Okay, it is not picking up the newly added file. We'll see it later. Right? Clear. Now, what I need to do? Now I have a urgent requirement, and I need to save all the uncommitted changes. I need to work something on else, right? So what I need to do? So that in this way, I need to stash all the changes what I have done in my directory. And how can I stash these changes? So there is a simple command, right? There is a simple command which is called git stash, right? So I will simply say, go over here and say git stash, enter, and it is saying saved working directory index state WIP on master. WIP means work in progress, right? This is the hash merge branch my branch. Head is now this my branch, right? Git branch on master, right? So now let's see how we can do it. If now I will execute the git status, then it is saying your branch is up to date. I'm not getting any change what I made in the sample.html. If I will show this file sample.html, so you can see test proxy web application. Although I have renamed this particular title, right? But I'm not getting any changes over here, right? Now what I will do, and you can also see the file is here. Now what I will do, suppose I'm going to change readme.md file, right? And I'm adding something like adding new lectures. Uh-oh. Of stash, right? Close it, quit it, done. right? Again execute the git status. So I'm getting the readmd modified over here, right? So what I will do, I will commit this file. So add git add all, right? Git status. See, modified readmd is added. Now I will do on the express commit and say added status message in readme, right? So see, added stat message in the readme, right? I will execute the git status and my branch is up to date. Branch is ahead of one master, right? I will go and say git push origin master, right? Just a minute, guys. So I have pushed all my changes to my remote repository. If I will say git status, so it is saying my branch is up to date. Now the question is, although I have made some changes in the sample.html file, so where is my changes? Where are these changes which I have stashed earlier, right? How can I recover my stashed changes? What I need to do? As per the definition, I know very well I have saved that changes and I have also get the particular stash commit. Stash has ID, sorry, not stash commit is a stash has. Now, where is this changes? How can I retrieve these changes? Right? So, there is a command, right? So clear it out. Run git. If you want to know, is there any changes in your stash file? Now you need to say git stash list. And it will list out all your stash changes. It is saying stash WIP means work in progress on master. This is the commit. This is the hash. Sorry, this is the hash. Now, how can I apply? How can I apply the stash changes on my working directory? So you need to write git stash apply. Press enter. Now, if I will execute git status, see one file is modified, which is sample.html file. Right? Now I need to commit this change as well. Git add git commit express commit, and over here I will say stash changes committed. Right? Now I will see git push origin master. Right? Just wait and it will push your all the changes on the master. Right? Now if I will execute get simple.html, so see the title is being changed over here, adding title for the git stash, right? It means all the changes which you have made during the stash period has been committed and merged with your remote repository. Now if I will execute get status, so nothing is doing over here. If I will get readme file, see the changes what I made before the stash is also here. See the last line, adding new lectures in the stash, right? See this line. So this is the benefit of the stash. You have changed, you have saved all the changes in your working which was required. Okay, it will save your changes, revert them from your working directory, make your working directory clean. Okay, and later on you can pick up these changes and git will automatically merge with your latest with your stash changes with your latest working directory code, right? So this is the beauty of the stash. Now there is another question. Clear. Now if I will execute git stash and list, so my stash code is still here, it is not being cleared. So how can I do it? Okay, so you need to drop the stash after commit, you need to drop it. Okay, otherwise it will confuse you using git stash drop. So it is dropped this one. Okay, now if I will execute git stash and list. See, nothing is here, right? And if I want to execute the git log, say graph, one line, decorate, graph. See, it is saying added stash in readme, okay, merge origin head, origin master, and origin master stash changes committed. Okay, so there is no trace of the stash in your git log, so it is not basically impacting your history as well. So this is the beauty of the git, right? Git stash. So why, how can we use the stash, and what is the conditions of the stash? So guys, if you have some uncommitted changes which you want to save, right, so you can stash them, and all these changes will be in your local directory. They will not be available on your remote repository, right? So this is the beauty of the stash. It will solve a lot of issues with the developer life, right? So thank you guys, thanks for your time, and see how we can stash the untracked files in Git, right? So let's go to some basic definitions of Git stash. So guys, basically when we are executing the Git stash in Git, so by default, Git stash will do following things. It changes that have been added to your index. It means it only changes, it will stash the only changes which is in the staged area, right? And we have already discussed about the Git staged area and Git unstaged area, so there could be no issue, right? And changes made to the files that are currently tracked by Git, right? So when we are executing the Git stash, then basically the stash will work only for the tracked files, okay? Although they are staged or unstaged, right? The files which is being tracked by the Git, right? By default, it will uh, or stash the changes in only in the tracked files, and it will not do any stash operation for the following two options: new files which is added in your working directory but still not staged, okay, and files that have been ignored, right? So obviously if you have some kind of files extension, this is which is present in your uh, .git ignore, right? Then it will don't stage these files, okay, and also it will not stage these files which is in your new directory, okay, which is new file which is basically added in your working directory but is still not tracked by the git, right? So let's open the project and we will see how we can tackle it, right? So first open the terminal over here, right, and execute the git status. So my branch is up to date, there is nothing to change. I will execute git ls. So these are the ls. These are the files which is basically present in my current project directory. But I need to find out the files which is basically uh, tracked by the git. Okay, so I can execute the command git ls hyphen files. So these are the all these are all the files which is basically tracked by my git. Okay, so over here we have the humans.txt, we have index.html, right? We have dot git ignore. So let's open the dot git ignore, sublime dot git ignore. So basically this is present in my git ignore. So here the test file.txt, right? So if I will change anything in the test file.txt, where is my test file.txt? Let me find out it. Mm, okay, Sublime text. Or there's one other option, asterisk.log. It means there is a one log file access.log. That's the reason when I added the log file in the last lecture that it was not showing in your when I execute the git status, because the .log extension file is being added in my git ignore. It means all the files which have the .log extension, ignore them. Okay, don't do anything with them, right? So these are the files which is basically present in my git ignore. So if I will do any change in my access.log, because .log extension is added in my git ignore, so basically they are ignored. Git will ignore these files. So if I will do any change in this access.log file, although this is being tracked, I can see git status, sorry, git ls hyphen files is being expressing this particular file. It is showing this particular file. Why it is showing this particular file? Because in the last, after the last lecture, I have added this forcefully, right? But if I will do any change in this access.log file, so git stash will not track it. And additionally, the file which is not present over here, git stash will also not track that or stash that particular file. Okay, so let's clear the console and take a practical example. So suppose I'm going to modify humans.txt, right? And over here I mentioned some changes and say adding important notes on git stash, right? I save it, quit, close. Git status. So it is saying changes not staged to commit, modified files human.txt, right? Now what I will do, suppose I'm going to add a new file. Okay, I will add a new file. So I will say sublime and a new file dot txt, right? And over here suppose I'm mentioning some comment, adding new file and git project. This file is still not tracked by git, right? I close this, save it, right? I will do ls. So you can see over here the file which I just created, a new file should be present over here. Yeah, a new file txt is present over here, right? And if I will execute a command git ls files, so the same file is not basically showing over here. A new file.txt is not showing here because I didn't added that. Okay, I didn't added that file in the git. So if I will execute the git stash, okay, it is saying saved working directory and index state WIP on master, right? And after this, if I will say git status, wow, it is still showing a new file is being added. It means, what does it mean? It means this particular file was not stashed by the git because I have done changes in the human.txt as well, but this is not present over here. The only file what I'm getting after the git status, which is a new file. And we have seen already in the last lecture, git stash will basically save all the files and revert them from the working directory, but this particular file is still untracked and present in my working directory. Then it means git stash basically not containing or not basically identifying or not stashing that particular file. So how can we do that, right? How can we do that? This is the question, right? So we can stash the untracked files by a command git stash hyphen u, means untracked. Press enter. It is saying saved working. Okay, list git stash list c, to stashed over here. And if I will execute git status, then it is saying your branch is up to date, right? So this way we can basically execute, sorry, we can stash or the untracked file as well by the hyphen u, right? Now let's see how we can basically stash the files which is present in the git ignore, right? So open the sublime text and open the access.log because I know log file is not being tracked by the git, and over here adding a comment adding git ignored files in git stash, right? Save, close, quit. Git status modified access.log file, right? Now how can I access stash it? So git stash hyphen a means all files. Okay, if you will use hyphen a, it means all files. All files means all files, right? Press, and it is saying stash logs, right? Git stash list. See, there are three stashed over here, right? If I will execute git status, it means git master branch, your branch is up to date. There is nothing in my working directory, right? Clear. Now, I'm going to show you some express command to test the changes and apply these changes on your working directory, right? So in the previous lecture, we have seen the git apply and the git drop, but there was two command. Now we want to execute all the stashes in a single command. So there's a new command, git stash pop. It means popping. It will pop all the stashes, okay, and include them in your working directory. Press enter, and it is saying on your branch up to date changes not staged to commit, right? And dropped this one, right? Dropped this particular stage. So basically it is picking, when I am executing the git stash pop, it is picking up the last stage, okay, the last stage, and we know very well last stage we have executed for the git log, right? So it is added over there. Once I again execute it, so it picked the new file txt and access log, and you can see the id is different. This id is different than this id, right? So it stashed the next stage, right? What I have done before the log, right? If I will execute and dropped it, okay, it included it in my working directory and dropped it, okay. In the apply, first we need to apply and then drop, but it is doing it by itself. And if I will execute git stash list, so there could be only one stash present, right? And I will execute again the pop. See, it is dropped that one as well, 271, right? So there will clear and execute git stash list. So there is no more stash, right? Because I have executed the pop command 3 times for three different stats. Okay, how we can do it in a single command, we will see this in the in the coming tutorial, right? In this particular tutorial, we are learning about the untracked files and the ignored files. Now, if I will execute git status, see, it is saying two file is modified and new file is being added, right? I will say git commit hyphen am and say example git pop, right? Execute git status. Okay, I need to git add. I need to execute the git add, so that add that particular file, and again execute the commit again, right? Git status. Yeah, my branch is up to date, right? Now what I need to do, I need to pull my changes, sorry, push my changes. Git push origin master, right? And it will push all the changes that I have done in my directory on my remote directory, right? Again execute the git status, and my branch is up to date with my remote directory and there is no more changes. So this is the way, guys, this is the way how can basically you track or you stash the untracked files and the ignored files in git. In the coming tutorial we will see how we can basically apply the multiple see how we can deal with the multi stash, right? So Very first, there are a few terms which we need to discuss. The first command which we are going to see, the save the stash with particular message, right? So this is the project on which we are working, right? So I will open a terminal over here, leave it like this, right? And open the terminal, right? So guys, suppose obviously till now we have seen how we can stash the changes, but there could be requirements like you want to save or you want to stash the changes and you want to save it with particular specific message so that later on you can recall it, right? You can recall what is the changes I have done in the particular stash, right? So let's list out the files, and here are some files, and I'm going to change some file, right? I'm going to change simple.index.html, and I'm going to edit some content, and suppose here I'm adding important content for stash, right? And save it, close it, quit it, right? And I will execute get a status. So there is a message, and this particular file is being modified. Now what I need to do, I need to stash this change, but I also need to stash with this with particular message so that I can recall it when I need. Okay, so or it will be hint for me what change I have done in this particular stash, right? So execute get a stash, save, then some message. So say change and sample dot html, not gtml, it's html, right? It is saying saved working directory and index state on master, change in sample dot html, right? Now again, I will change something in some other file. So I will open some other file. Suppose I'm going to open index.html file, right? So suppose I'm going to open index.html file, and over here I'm going to add some title. There is no title over here, and say hi, or say uh, web proxy sample project. I've added the title of my project, which is web proxy sample project. Save it, control S, control W, control Q, right? And say get a status. So there is a one modified change in the index.html file. Okay, I want to stash that particular change as well. So get a stash and save, then message. And what could be the message? Like change in index.html, right? Now suppose I also want one more change in some other file, and I will test that as well. So I'm going to change 404 HTML, right? So sublime 404.html and page not found, server error, right? Saved it. I changed the message of 404. Save it, close it, quit it. Okay, get a status. So there's one modified file 404. I will do the same thing. Get a stash, save, and say change in 404.html, right? So you can see saved working directory. Clear the console. Now list out all the stashes. Okay, all the stashes. So get stash list. See, now I have the three stash. Okay, and one interesting thing you can see over here, the latest change what I have done is at the 0th index, right? The latest change what I have done at the 0th index, this is index, okay? This is showing the indexes. This is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2. Same if you are aware with any programming language, then array list is work on the index basis, right? So this is same, right? So, and over here, this is a hint for me, right? So by this stash change, it is showing me, okay, this is the done, this is the change what I have done, okay, or I have done some kind of changes in the 404.html. Now suppose there is some specific message and you want to see what kind of change you have done in that particular file, right? So we can show it using the show command. So we need to execute git stash show and then the stash and index. Okay, so suppose I want to see the index, what I've done in the one. Okay, index.html, what change I've done in the index.html. So it is saying in this particular thing you have changed index.html file, right? Using the same way you can see some other change as well. It is saying in stage 2 you have done some changes in the html.file, simple.html file. Now suppose you have multiple stages like stash like this, and you want to apply any specific stash on your working directory. So how can you do that, right? You want to apply some specific stash on your working directory, then how can you do it, right? So let's see. Suppose I want to change my index.html and I want to apply that stash change in my working directory. So how can I apply the specific stash on my working directory, right? So git stash, right? Apply, then stash id, right? Which you want to apply. So suppose I want to apply first, so I will apply it simply, right? So it is showing modified the file index.html. If you will execute git status, see this change is being applied, right? But the change is still present in my stash list, so I need to drop it after the apply, right? How can I drop it? Git stash drop. Now I need to specify which stash I need to drop. So stash at the rate 1, because I have applied that. Close it. It is being dropped. Now if you will again execute the git stash list, so it is showing the two changes. The first one is dropped. The index.html change is being dropped and index is auto shifted. So you can see it is auto shifted, right? So we don't need to bother about the indexing. Okay, git will manage itself. Okay, and the particular stash is being dropped, right? Now clear the console, get a status, right? This is the modified file, right? So I will commit it, git commit change in index.html, right? Get a status, everything is done. Now git stash list. So there are two more stashes. Now suppose I want later on decide, okay, I don't need this, I want to clean it all. So, okay, so how can you do it? So you can execute git stash clear, and it will drop out all your stash areas, right? See, nothing is being too deployed after this, right? So this is the way how you can deal with any specific stash, how you can basically apply any specific stash, drop any specific stash, and how can you work with the multiple stashes, right? So is there anything else what we need to discuss? Right. So we have discussed almost all of the things, branches, right? So in this particular section, we will see how we can basically create a new branch with all stash changes, right? And how it is helpful in our uh, code management life, right? So without wasting the time, let me now to open the terminal. Okay, and I will execute get a status to verify the status. So my directory is currently in sync with my remote directory, right? So before a stash or before doing any changes in the stash, let's do one thing. Let's change some files. So I will list out the files. So here are few files which I have. I'm going to change few files. So suppose I'm going to change index.html, and over here web proxy sample project, right? And suppose I'm going to add something in this particular file where I can bar toggle navigation. I'm adding another bar, specific bar like git stash, right? Save it, close it, quit it, right? I will change another file which could be human.txt, and I'm adding some dummy text over here, right? Say suppose I'm going to learn going to add a new thing like AWS solution architect developer. This is the new skill. If you're not aware with this, then you must learn it, right? Close, quit. And I'm going to another file, change another file which could be okay, which could be suppose a new text, and suppose adding stash new branch code, right? Close, quit, right? So git stash. So I have modified 3 files, right? Now do one thing, add any of the file. So git add, and suppose I'm going to add index.html, right? Again execute git status. So see, one file is basically staged and another 2 files is not staged. Now let's do one thing. Let's create one more file, sublime text, and say dummy.txt. To complete the complete scenario, to get through the complete scenario, we are doing this. So we are creating another file dummy.txt and saying uh, this is dummy file for stash, right? Save it, close it, close it, quit it, right? So now execute the git status. So say now we have the 3 categories. One file is modified but it's in staged area. 2 files are modified but they are not staged area, and one is untracked file, right? It is a new file. Now clear, and I'm going to execute git stash -a, right? So saved working directory, index state WIP on master. This, if I will execute git status, say nothing is here. Now there could be situation when you basically pick up your stash, then it may show you the merge conflicts with your files, because there may be possibility some other developers have done some changes. So to avoid these changes, what we will do, we will add all our changes, all our stash changes in a new branch, right? So to do this, I could execute the command git stash branch and say new branch, right? So over here you can see switch to new branch means a new branch is being created. On new branch, and on the new branch, these changes are done. This modifier is done, these 2 modifiers is done, and this untracked is done as well. And it is saying dropped reference stash. It means the stash is already being dropped. If you will execute the command git stash list, you will not get anything, right? If you will execute the command git branch, it is showing I'm on the new branch, right? Now what I will do, I will do one thing. I will remove the dummy text because I don't need this. So rm dummy text get a status. So we have the one modified file, 3 modified file, one is stashed area, another 2 are not stashed area. Clear out the console. What I will do, I will check out to master, right? To merge the branches, first I need to check out to master. So I will check out to master. Now I will merge the file. Which file? The file which I have done on my new branch. I will merge the branches, right? So git merge, what was the branch name? New branch, right? It is saying already up to date. Git status. See, all the changes is on my master branch. Now what I will do, I will drop out my branch or new branch. So git branch -d new branch, dropped it. Git branch, it is showing right now on the master branch. So I will commit all my changes, -m, added git stash branch changes, right? Git push origin master, that's it, right? All the changes is being done in your current branch and on a remote directory, right? If I will execute the git status, see, branch is already up to date. So guys, we have learned a lot of things about the stash. Okay, we have learned how stash will work and what is the stash, what is the different applications of the stash, and what is the different operations which is available with the stash. So this is a pretty much data which we have learned about the stash. So I'm going to close this section at this point. uh, in the next section, I will publish new lectures on the Git tagging, right? So the next section will about to be going the next tagging, and which I will publish within next 15 days. So we are going to start a new section which will be about the Git tagging, right? So we are going to start a new section about the tagging. In this particular section, we will learn about the Git tagging and how we can use the Git tagging in our practical life. What is the application of the Git tagging and what are the other uses of the Git tagging? So in the very first lecture, we are going to discuss about the lightweight tags, right? And we will learn what is the Git tag and how we can use the Git tag and how we can deal with the Git tag in a Git, right? So let's move to the directory. So guys, this was the starter web project, okay, on which we was working in this particular throughout Git tutorial. So I'm going to open the terminal over here, okay. And very first, I will check my Git status. I will check my status of my project with the Git, right? So I will fire the command git status. Once I fired the command, I'm getting on master branch. Your branch is up to date with the origin master, right? It means there is nothing to commit and my directory or my local directory is in sync with my remote repository, right? Now let's do one thing and let's open the logs of the Git, right? So what is the command to open the log? We know very well, like git log dash dash one line dash dash decorate dash dash graph dash dash all, right? Once I will fire the command, I am getting the complete git log history. Let's move to the parent one, right? And over here, I'm saying head master, origin head, right? Added git stash branch changes. This was my last commit, right? What is this? The head is just a pointer, right? When I'm saying origin master, the head is just a pointer. This master is a master branch of my local repository. Origin master is the master branch of the remote repository, right? Over here, these are the different commits. Now I have application or I have a requirement that I want to highlight or I want to set a milestone of a particular commit, right? I want to highlight a particular commit, okay, or I want to set a milestone on that particular commit, okay. This is the commit where my complete the code of my suppose there's a multiple releases in your project and there's a release 100. Suppose there's a release 100 or you can suppose release 1. So you want to mark a commit, right? You want to mark a commit and tag a commit that this is the commit in which I have completed my release 1 code or release n code or release 100 code or release 1000 code, right? So this is the application of the tag. Tag will basically used to highlight a particular commit or tag a particular commit, right, or label a particular commit so that we can identify it and we can use it further, or we can save it for the further references or any kind of business you can say business need, right? So this is the application of the git commit. Now let's move to the slide. So why git tagging? So guys, tags are reference. Basically, as we discussed, the tags are reference that point to a specific points in a git history. When we are saying the specific points, then I'm talking about the specific commits, right? So tags are just the reference points, okay, and that refer to a specific point in the git history. Tagging is generally used to capture a point in a history that is used for a marked version, right? That we have generally discussed. You can mark a particular version on a particular commit. Okay, this was the last commit of this particular release, or this was the last commit of this particular release, right? There are multiple releases in a product, right? We are working in agile model, then definitely there is a multiple release. Sometimes we have a release every week. Sometimes we have a release in every 15 days or every sprint, right? So in the agile model, these kind of things are very useful, right? Now let's see how we can basically create the tag. So simply we need to find out, we need to fire a command git tag, as we have getting over here, the git tag and then tag name. So this will create a tag for you, right? So let's move to the terminal. Okay, let me allow to open a new terminal. Start web. I will open a new terminal over here, right? And I will fire the command git tag and tag name. Suppose my tag name would be uh, release one or release 1.0.1, right? Release 1.0.1, right? Like this, right? Now once again fire the git history command. Git log one line decorate graph all, and see there is a change. Now we are getting one more entry in my head, which is saying head master. Head just is a pointer which is pointing to my master branch in my local, right? Origin master, right? Origin head. But there's a new thing which comes into the picture, which is tag. You can see a tag is being added over here, a label is being added over here, right? Which we can attach with any commit commit or in my log history, right? We will see this how we can do this in the log history and all, right? We will see this in coming tutorials, right? So let's move to the next one, right? Close this terminal. Let's move to the next one. What next we have? Now suppose you need to find out how many tags are available, right? How many tags are available and how you can delete the tags. So there's a very simple. Let's open terminal, right? So we know very well, right? We have seen that particular tag is available, right? We have just created the release one dot or dot one, right? Now we need to find out the available tags. The command is git tag hyphen list. Guys, please be careful when you are putting this command, because if you are not putting hyphen before the list, then it will create a new tag, the name of list, right? You can say there is only one tag available, which is release one dot or dot one, right? And suppose you want to delete this particular tag, then simply you can put the command git tag hyphen delete and tag name. What is my tag name? My tag name is release one dot or dot one. And is say deleted tag this, reference was this. Again check the git history, right? And you can see the tag is not present over here. The tag is being removed, right? Now I'm again getting the input, or sorry, the output like before, right? Where you just it was not created the tag. So this is the way how you can create the tag, and how you can list out the number of tags and what is the purpose of the tag and how you can delete the tags. Okay, in the coming tutorials we will learn new things about the tags and how we can attach the commit with the particular tag, and what is the other applications of the tag. To discuss a second lecture of the git tagging session, and we will discuss about the annotated tags in the Git, right? So let's move to the project. So this was the project on which I was working, which is the starter web, right? You can see over here. So I will open up a terminal, right? And very first I will check out my Git project status. So Git status, and it's saying on master branch, and my branch is up to date with the origin master. It means my local branch is up to date with my remote repository, right? Now the question is, what is annotated tag? So guys, annotated tag is a tag which have some kind of message like the commit message with itself, right? Before this we have created the lightweight tag which doesn't have any kind of committed message, any commit ID with itself, right? But the annotated tag have some kind of annotation. It means to say, I mean to say, some kind of a release message or some kind of message or some kind of commit message with itself, right? So let's see how we can create the annotated tag, right? So there is no other way to create the annotated tag. I just need to find up the command git tag space hyphen a and then the tag name, right? So there's a one more parameter which is extra in the command, which is hyphen a, right? And I need to put the tag name. Suppose I'm putting version 1.0, right? Once I will press enter, so it will open up the Sublime text, or you can say any kind of editor which you have configured with itself any within your systems, right? And it will ask you to put your commit message. So I'm saying release one code freeze, right? This is my commit message. You can add anything. You can add your complete release note for that particular release, right? You can add any particular commit message which is specific for your tag, right? Annotated tag, or you can put anything whatever you want, right? I simply quickly close it, right? So now if I will execute the command git tag hyphen hyphen list, so it will show you there is a tag which is v dash 1.0. It means version 1.0. What I'm doing with this particular thing, if I'm associating this kind of particular tag with my source code or with any particular commit, then it means I'm committing, or so you can say I'm annotated my source code with the versions. So this is the source code which is specific to the version 1 release, right? Or release version 1, right? Now let's execute the command git log dash dash one line dash dash decorate dash dash graph dash dash all. Mm, one line. See, the tag is being added over here, right? The tag is being added over here, right? So, and this tag is basically annotated, right? So we will see. So let's clear out the console, and we will execute a command git show. We have seen that particular show command, and I will show my tag, right? My tag name was v hyphen 1.0. So once I will execute this command, I'm getting something over here which is saying the tagger is Anshul Chauhan. It is basically showing you the person name or the person ID who stated that particular tag or who created that particular tag. So the tag name is tag v 1.0, tagger is this, and it is created on this particular date, right? It is showing the date. And what was the message with this particular tag? This was the message and this was the commit ID, right? So it is showing you the complete information of your tag, right? Which was not possible with the lightweight tag. Let's see. Let's clear out the console and create a lightweight tag, sorry, git tag and tag name like my tag, right? Create it, git tag hyphen hyphen list. You can see the both tag are present over there, right? Now execute the git show and my tag. See, I'm not getting any kind of uh, commit message ID with my tag, right? I'm not getting any kind of message which is related to my tag. See, not getting anything, right? This is the commit which I have done in this particular repository last. So I am getting the last commit ID. I'm not getting any specific commit ID or any specific information with this particular my tag. But once I will execute the command for the version 1 tag, version 1.0, I am getting the specific command tags. This is updated. This updated by this tagger by tagger was Anshul Chauhan. This was the tag, and this is the commit ID, and this is the message release. So this is the difference between the annotated tag and the lightweight tag, right? And this is the way how you can create the annotated tag and the lightweight tags, right? So thank you for the comparison between the tags, right? So we'll see how we can compare the tags in a Git, right? So let's move to the project. So this is the project on which you're working, right? So let's open the terminal, right, and check the git status. So git status. So my directory is up to date. I will execute the git log command first. So git log dash dash one line dash dash decorate dash dash graph dash dash all, right? So you can see there are few tags, which is tag is version 1.0, right, and tag my tag, right? So first what I will do, I will delete all these tags, right? So git tag ss delete, right, version 1.0 and my tag, right? So both of the tag is being deleted. I will once again execute the log command, so you can see there's nothing over here, right? So what I will do first, I will list out the number of files in my directory, right? So there's few files in my directory, and suppose uh, I'm going to modify any file, right? I'm going to modify the 404 and then commit it, right? So sublime and 404, right? So file is opened, and suppose I'm modifying it, page not found 404 error. I modified the title, save it, close it, quit it, right? Now again execute the git status. See, one file is modified. I will add that file, right? Git add and 404, right? Git status. You can see the file is being added. The color is changed from red to green, right? Now I can commit this file. So how can I commit? Git commit -am express commit and providing the message uh, modified 404.html for tagging, right? Now let's create a tag after this commit, right? So git tag -a, and suppose this version 1.0.1, right? And over here I'm putting the commit message like uh, release one code, right? Save, close, quit, right? Now again execute the git log, right? So git log, I think I have that command executed earlier, so that should be present in my history. Yeah, git log online decorate graph all. Once again I execute it. Now you can see my latest commit is being tagged with the tag 1.0.1, right? So this particular commit, the latest commit, when I created a tag, then the latest commit of the git is being tagged with that particular tag, right? So this is one. Now let's do one thing. Let's modify a new file, right? So sublime, let's see what are the files available, like ls. So there are a lot of files, and I'm going to modify, suppose, testfile.txt. So sublime, and I'm saying testfile.txt, and West Bengal government has sent 3 of IPS officer, like something like this, and I'm over here I'm going to add something like that. This is git tag commit, save, close, quit, right? Git status. You can see the one file is being modified and file is testfile.txt, right? I'm going to add that file, git add textfile.txt and commit that file. So git commit -am and message should be like modified file in release 2, right? After this, I will create a new tag for the release 2. So git tag -a and say version 1.0.2, right? And release 1.2 code. Save, close, quit, right? Now again execute the git history command or git log command. So you can see the previous commit is being tagged with the tag version 1.0.1, but the latest commit is being tagged with the version 1.0.2, right? In the same way, I can create one more tag and commit the latest one and attach the latest commit with that particular tag, right? So if you want, then I can do that, but I don't think so. This is another requirement. What I want to express, I can show you with that particular stuff as well. Now we want to see the particular things, like we want to compare the particular tags, right? Suppose there was a release 1 in the previous week, right? So I have tagged the last commit of the release 1 with the tag version 1.0.1, right? And we have a release 2 in this particular week, and I have tagged the latest commit with the tag version 1.0.2. But I want to see the difference of these two releases. I want to see the code difference in these two releases. I don't have that much of setup and I can't wait push the code between 7 days. So that's why I'm showing the difference with the little data. But in the practical life, you can use that particular thing to compare the codes between the releases, right? So how can I do that? So there's a simple thing we know very well, like git diff, and we need to provide the reference. So instead of the commit, we can provide the reference as a tag, right? So version 1 dot or dot 1 version 1 dot or dot 2, right? And this is the difference between the release 1 and release 2. The only one file is being changed, and this is the change what I have done. This was the old data which is in the red, and this is the new data which was changed in the and which is comes into the green, right? So this is the way how you can compare the two tags in a git, right? And this is the way how can you basically attach a tag with the commit, right? In the next lecture we will see how we can attach a tag with a specific commit. We're going to discuss how we can basically tag a previous commit, right? Or how we can tag a commit which I have done so far, right? So this is the project on which we was working. So let me allow to open the terminal, right? And let me check the git status. So my current branch is 2 commits ahead. So first what I will do, I will push my message, right? So git pull origin master, right? Now git push origin master, right? So first I will check in my my commits, right? Now I will see git status. See, branch is up to date, right? If I will execute a command git tag hyphen list, so I will see these are 2 commits which I have done so far. Sorry, these are 2 tags which I have created in last section, right? So if I will execute the command git log, right? Git log one line decorate graph all. So you can see the latest commit is being tagged. But suppose there's a requirement, you need to you need to tag a commit which you have done so far or which someone have done, right? But which was not tagged, right? And after that, so much of tag commits are being processed in your Git repository. So suppose there is a commit ID like this. This is the commit ID, changing human text, right? Or merging develop to master. This is a commit, right? And suppose this is the commit where I have done merge my develop to the master. So my master branch is up to date, right? So I'm going to update this commit and I'm going to tag this commit. So how can I do that, right? So let's see. So what I need to do, I need to use the command git tag -a and then the tag name, and suppose the tag name is version 0.0.9, or we can say beta beta 0.9.9 or beta 0.9 with beta 0.9, right? That's okay. Now I need to pass pass that commit ID, right? So I will pass that commit ID. Oh, and what is the commit ID? This is commit ID 833 B979. Press enter and it will ask for the message. So I'm putting a message over here, and master updating master with beta 0.9, like this. Press and save it, close it, quit it, right? Now again the execute the, let me clear out the console and again execute the git log, right? So you can see your particular commit is being tagged with the tag which you have done, right? Your particular tag is being tagged with with your tag which you have done, right? So in this way, if there is a previous commit which is being processed and I want to tag that particular commit, right? So in this way we can tag a commit, right? And this is the simplest way. Suppose you want to verify the differences between the version 1 and sorry, your release 1 and your release beta release 0.9, then you can do that, right? So you need to put the command git diff, right? Then the latest commit change v.1.0.1 and beta 0.9. Beta 0.9, beta.0.9. So it will show you all the changes which is being done in the particular between these particular two tags. It will show you all the files and all the changes which is being processed between these particular two tags, right? So this is the way, guys, how you can basically tag a particular commit ID which is being processed in a Git, right? So thank you guys. Discuss how we can update the tags in a Git, right? So first we will see what is the requirement of updating the tags, and then we will see how we can do it, right? So let's move to the project. So this is the project on which we was working. So let me allow to open the terminal, right? And I will check the project status, git status. So my project is up to date. Now I will fire the git log command, right? And in the previous lecture we have seen we have tagged that particular commit this particular tag, right? And suppose you have done this by mistakenly, right? By mistake you have tagged a wrong commit with that tag. Sorry, by default you had tagged a wrong commit with that particular tag and you want to modify it, right? The actual tag was this. Suppose the actual commit was this, but by mistake you have tagged this commit with this particular tag. Then how we can modify it, how we can update it, right? So this is quite simple. There is no engineering involved, right? You need to execute the command git tag, right? Then the tag name -a, then the tag name. What is the tag name? Tag name is beta, right? Dot 0.9. Then you need to use -f. I mean to say forcefully, right? And paste the commit ID. Which is the commit ID? You can choose anyone. Suppose I'm choosing this one, right? By mistake I have tagged this commit, right? But this is the correct. So I'm taking this one, right? Mm. So say the commit ID is 6B 8F 7AP, right? Press enter. It will ask you for the message. So say updating master branch with beta and amending the correct commit ID. right? Save, close, quit. That's it. Now, once I will again execute the git log, you can see your tag is being removed from the one where you have applied it earlier and attached with the new commit ID, right? So this is the way uh, if due to any mistake, due to human error, you have tagged incorrect commit ID with a particular tag and you want to modify it, then this is the way how you can do it. You simply use the control hyphen F. Sorry, you simply use the hyphen F. It means forcefully, right? And simply you can process with your work, right? So this is the way if simply we can modify and update existing commit, right, in a Git, right? So thank you guys. Thanks for your time. These are, I know very well that these are very basic and very few uh, basic instances, but these are very useful because sometimes we don't know how to do that. And when we go for the Google search for that, then we got a lot of references over the internet. Some of them are specific to their project, some of them are basically easy. But when we are dealing with the source code, when we are dealing with the production life cycle, there is no chance of the mistake. So you can't do experiment on the over your work, right? So you have to be finite what you can use and what you can't. What are the common mistakes we generally do when using the Git and how we can fix it? So till now we have already seen the basics and some advanced on the Git and GitHub, and we have seen uh, all the commands from the command line. I think all the commands we have covered from the command line. So now it's time to see and learn about the common mistakes, what we done with the Git projects and how we can fix it. So let's move to the project on which we were working. So we was working on GitHub over here. So let's open a Git bash over here and check out the status of my Git project. Just wait. Okay, I need to reopen it. Okay, check out the Git status. Git status. So you can see I have a one modified file which is sample test one. So we'll add it first. Git add. I will add this file first, guys. Okay, now I will do one thing. I will commit the code. Funam adding file and push the code on develop branch. Okay, so git push origin develop. Just wait, guys. Why it is taking so much of time? Yeah, done. So now if I will check the Git status, so you can see my directory is clean, everything is up to date. I don't have any changes over here. Okay, now what I need to do, suppose I'm working on a real-time project and I have done some kind of changes in my project and in some of file, in some of my code files. Suppose these are my code files and I have some kind of program over here. I have inserted some random numbers accidentally. Okay, I have inserted some random numbers like this accidentally now, and I saved the file. Okay, so suppose this is just sample and my file is short and I have inserted some random numbers accidentally by somewhere else. Okay, but I don't remember where I have deleted some things as well or not. Okay, when I will go to git status and I got the error like I checked the status and I found some file is being modified. When I go to the git diff, then I got some differences as well. Why my command prompt is so slow? Okay, so here I'm able to get it. Okay, I have done some kind of some random numbers here. I have done some mistakes over here, but it may be possible, guys, in real-time scenarios. In your real-time scenarios, you don't know or you don't remember what you have removed, what you have added. Okay, it may be possible here are some just a short line of code or short line of random numbers what I have inserted in my file, but in real time that may be possible. Like you have a very large file, your code have 5,000, 10,000 line of code, and in that particular file you have done these kind of things at multiple places. So how can you do that? Okay, how can you do that? So let's see how can we do that. So for this, if I want to basically remove these all, it means I have done some changes. but that file on which I have done some changes was the incorrect position earlier. Okay, initially the file which is present on my git local is the correct file, but in my local, in my working area, I have done some kind of mistakes in that particular file. So what I need to do, I need to revert that particular file from the file which is present in my local git repository. So I need to execute the command git checkout. Okay, and the file name, what I want to change, so the file name is something sample test2.txt, right? When I will press the enter, and now if I will go to git diff, so see, just wait guys, I don't know why this command is taking so much time every time. I thought I need to restart my computer. It's a month since I restarted my computer. So you can see I'm getting nothing. Means all the changes has been reverted. All the changes which I have done in this file has been reverted. It means actually Git has replaced that particular file with the file which is present on the Git local repository. Okay, so this is the one way. So we need to check out. This is the way how we can revert the version of any file as well. Okay. Now let's see the second thing. And in the second thing, okay, so we have seen how we can revert the changes, or sorry, how we can revert the changes if I have done some kind of changes by a mistake. So how can we revert the complete file? Okay, but by a simple command, just git checkout. Okay, so let's see what else the common mistake do we do, we generally do in git project, and how we can remove them. Now let's take another look the common mistake which we have generally do in our projects. So suppose here is a file, okay, and this is my code file, and I'm doing some changes in my business logic. So suppose here sometimes there is a program of calculator, okay, and somewhere here I have modified the file or modified the function of subtraction. Okay, and here I'm ending my project or ending my program. That's it. That's just a common example, although I'm not doing any kind of coding here, because this tutorial is not just for the developers only, and some other IT guys, like the people who are from IT operations and the QA, manual QA, can also refer this code. So I'm not taking any coding example, so that it will lead you the confusion, it will lead you the confusion. So suppose there's a program, this is my Java file or some C# file. Okay, here is a program of the calculator, and I've modified the logic of the subtraction. Okay, I just save the file. Okay, I will go to my git bash and verify the git status. Okay, I have modified some sample text 3. Okay, so what I will need to do, I need to add this, and okay, I need to add this and commit it. Okay, so git commit -m, and but by mistake I added a wrong commit message, like I added modified multiplication function. Okay, although in my file I have modified the subtraction function, but suppose by mistake I have done some mistakes and I have entered the incorrect commit message. Okay, so using the git log I can verify the commit. So just wait guys, git log will take a lot of time, because as I know my system is a bit slow right now, and I have done a lot of commits git, so it will take some time to fetch the data. So if I will go with the latest commit, so you can see here I'm getting the message modified multiplication function. Although, okay, after the commit, I realized my mistake. Okay, I modified the subtraction function, but in the commit message, I have did something like modified the multiplication function. Now, how can I remove that, or how can I basically modify that particular commit message? So for that, I had a command git commit git commit --- amend -m and your message, like modifying
modified subtraction function. Okay, I have done what I have done, get commit hyphen amend hyphen m and the new message, the correct message, and it's again modified, not modified. I press the enter. Okay, modified subtraction function. Now go to the git log and let's see what I will get after this git log. So just go to the latest commit and you can see my commit message is being modified. I'm getting modified subtraction function, and this is not a new commit. You can see I just modified the last commit message. That's it. Okay guys, so this is the another common mistake which generally people do when they are handling the git or when they are working with the git, and there could be any kind of message there, any kind of error. This could be typo error or some other kind of error, and many times we require this. How can we modify the commit message? So this is a simple command for you guys. Okay, just need to this git commit hyphen amend hyphen m and the message which you want to insert. So that's it. Mistakes what we done in the git, so how we can fix it. So in last tutorial we have seen two things, and let's move again to our project. Okay, open the command prompt, just clear all the things. Okay, just close it and open the git bash. Okay, just wait guys, I don't know why it's so slow. My git bash is so slow. Okay, run the command git status. So I have nothing change in my file. I will run the command. Okay, I will move to the branch. Okay, I will run the command git log, and you can see here I'm getting the last commit, which is like modified subtraction function. Okay, you remember I have modified a file in which I have inserted some code, the dummy code. Actually that was the just a simple plain English line. I was not actually inserting the code, the Java code or C# code. I just inserting the code, and in that code I have done something. Okay, but later on realize like, okay, I have done some mistake, I want to revert that commit. Okay, or we have seen earlier tutorials how we can reset the last commit, but suppose today my requirement is just to, suppose there are two commits. This commit is on December 19, this commit on December 19, 536 and 542, and this is the commit what I have done on Monday December 18 and 9:20 a.m. So up to this particular commit my function or my application was working fine. Okay, so I want to revert my complete application to this particular commit. I don't want the changes which I have done in this particular these two commits. I want to revert my complete changes. Okay, and I want to revert my application version. Basically these are the versions for the git. This is some version, this is some version, then this is the next version. So I want to revert that particular commit. Okay, so what I need to do, there are some options to reset. Okay, git reset. Okay, so we will see the git reset, git hard reset and git soft reset. So I just copy the first few digits of this particular commit. Okay, although you can copy the complete git commit id, but there is no need. You just copy the first few digits, but for the safer side I'm copying the complete git id. I just copy the text. Okay, now go to my git bash. Okay, and write the command. I'm not able to type something. What happened to my git bash? Just guys, I'm closing it and opening the git bash again. Just wait guys, actually I have restarted my system a month back, so that I'm getting some error over here. Let's see if I still have that data which I have copied. Yeah, I have the data, the commit id. So let's see, I want to revert my complete application up to that commit. So I need to use the git reset soft and the git commit id. Okay, this is the command through which you can revert your complete changes to that particular commit or revert your complete application to any particular commit. When I will enter, so actually it has been reset my git head to this particular commit. See, if I will run the git status, you can see I'm getting some files in the modified, but earlier I have seen none of my file was in the staging area. Okay, all of my file was in up to date, but now I'm getting these two files, sample test1 and sample test3, in the staging area. Okay, if I will run the command git log, I know after this command my complete bash will be hang, but I'm running it. Just wait guys, as my system is taking much time. So you can see I have reverted to that particular commit. You can see last two commits which I have done on December 19 are not present. I have successfully reverted my complete application to this particular commit. See, okay, I need to again close it and open it. That's overhead for me right now. Okay, now I will run the git status. So you can see git status. So you can see I'm getting these files over here. It means these are the files which has been changed. It means my command git reset --soft, and over here I have passed the git id, git commit id. So what this command will do, this command will reset the head to that particular commit on which id I am providing over here. Okay, and it will track the changes, and it will keep the changes which I have done in the commits after that particular commit on which I have reset my particular git head. Okay, so it has all the changes which I have done in all the files after this particular commit on which I have reset my on which I have reset my git head. See, I didn't lose anything over here. Okay, I have my complete data. So this is the benefit of the soft reset. Okay, coming in this particular video, we will see what is the hard reset and what is the consequences of the hard reset. Okay, this is all about the soft reset. Okay, so I have already reverted my git, or I have already reverted my version, but I also have the changes which I have done earlier to that particular commit on which I have reverted my complete system. See, these two files which I have in my system. Okay, so these two files, after this particular commit to which I have reverted, I have these two files on which I have changed. Okay, so let's see how we can reset git hard. So we have seen what is the use of the git reset soft. Now let's see how we will just reset. Okay, we will git reset and provide that commit id. Okay, I have copied that commit id, after which I have inserted, or I have committed to another commits. Okay, in which I have modified these files. So now let's see, if I am not going with the git soft reset, if I am going with the git hard reset, then what will be the consequences of that? I just enter the command. Here I am saying unstaged changes after reset sample file test1 and sample file test2. If I will run the git status, so you can see my file is been moved to the working area. Okay, earlier with the soft reset, my file is moved to the staging area from the local git repository, but right now my file is moving to the working area. It means if you are using the git reset, okay, then all the changes what you have done inside your local git repository will be moved to the working area on which particular reset which you have. Okay, it means basically if you have reset your particular git to some point or to some commit, then all the commits after that particular target commit, okay, all the changes which you have done inside your project after that particular commit where you are resetting your git head, okay, will be moved to the working area. Okay, now let's do one thing. Just git add all the files and git commit. git commit -m and say after git reset, okay, just verify git status. I have nothing to commit. Okay, everything is fine. Now I would put git log. Just wait, guys. See, this is the commit which I have done on December 19, and this is the commit which I have done on December 18. I will copy this commit. Okay, copy this commit ID. Okay, and I want to reset on my commit. Okay, this commit I have done one mistake. I want to reset, or I want to revert my git or my git project to this particular commit. So what I will do, I will basically open the GitHub, open the git bash, not GitHub. Okay, run the command git reset. Okay, this time I will git reset hard. Okay, and paste the git commit ID. We have seen git reset soft, we have seen git reset. Now let's see git reset hard. Okay, just press the enter, and it is saying head is now at this particular adding files in develop. Run the command git status. So you can see your branches is up to date. You have nothing in your working area, nothing changed in your working area, nothing changed inside your basically your staging area. Okay, so we have seen three things. We have seen three things basically. Let me allow to open the paint or notepad first. So we have seen git reset soft. Okay, and what it will doing? It will doing after the target reset or a target commit. Target commit means the commit where we are resetting my git project. All the files or changes move to staging area. Okay, this was the git reset soft. Now we have git reset. In the git reset, what was happening after the target commit ID. I will write target commit ID to clarify the changes. After the target commit ID, all the files or the changes will move to the working area. Okay, so in both of the commit, git reset and git reset soft, we was not losing anything. But if I will move to git hard, reset hard, then no data will left for recover. Okay, it will completely reset your project to that particular commit. Okay, and you will completely lose the changes which you have done after that particular commit on which you are resetting your git project. So guys, please be careful when you are using the git reset. Okay, now let's see some changes or some new commands. Okay, so this is all about the thing, or we are getting go through about the common mistakes what we are doing in git projects. So let's again move to the my project over here. Okay, and open the git bash. So guys, you remember in last tutorial we have done some kind of git reset hard. Okay, and after the git reset hard, we accidentally missed all the commits, all the changes what I have done after the commit on which I have reset my git head. Okay, so if you have done this kind of things by mistake, then and suppose let's open a paint so that I can show you. Okay, so this is the box, this is the one commit. Okay, now here we have the second commit, and here we have our third commit. Okay, and in our third commit we have reset our git over here. Okay, we have reset our git over here. Oh, am I able to do it? Okay, leave it. I have reset my Git over here. Okay, so I have hard reset my Git over here. So all the files or all the changes which was present in these two commits, I will lost these files. We have seen already. After the hard reset, I was not getting anything which I have done after these two commits. Okay. So now, if you have done the hard reset by mistake, now you want to recover all the files which was changed in earlier commits. Okay, and the commits on after the commits, you want to track or you want to gain all the files which was changed in the commits after the commits on which you have reset your Git project. Okay, so how can we do that? Is it possible? Definitely. So in the Git, we have something called ref log. It means Git reference log. I think Git will contain this inside the garbage collector or somewhere else, and the time limit. I think I'm not sure, but I think it should be. It is around 30 days. Okay, so here I am getting all the activities which I have done. So you can see reset moving to this, reset moving to this, and reset moving to this. So this was the commit. Okay, this was the reset on which we have done the hard reset. Okay, and I remember this was the commit in which I have added my files. Okay, or I want to reset my files over here on which I have modified the multiplication function. Or okay, or I have moved to this particular commit. So I just need to copy it where I want to move. In this particular commit, I have done the git reset hard. I want to get all the changes which I have lost during the git reset hard. Okay, so I will copy this ID, means the earlier commit ID. Okay, just copy it. Copy. Okay, go to Git and type command git checkout and the commit ID. And the commit ID. Enter the command. Now you can see you are getting the message head is now at this particular after git reset. Now you will check git status. It is saying git head attached at this, nothing to commit, working tree clean. It means I have all the files. Okay, but you can see here I am basically on some other branch. You can see it has been changed the branch. See, so for this, after this, what I need to do? I need to basically change or create a new branch. Okay, so let's see what else we need to do after this changes. So after this command, after this git checkout to this particular point, what git will do? Git will create a separate branch over here. Okay, so what I need to do now, I need to create a branch for this to check out a new branch from this pointer. So let's create a git branch and call it backup. Git branch. Right, now let's see the command git branch. So I have the branch backup as well. Okay, so earlier we was working on the git develop. So let's move to the git develop. Okay, check out develop. Okay, and enter the command git log. So you can see over here I have the logs up to, let's wait, it is taking some time, and definitely we are looking at sometimes it is taking few seconds. So here the latest commit is about of adding a file in the develop, the last commit which is done on Monday December 18. Okay, on which I have reset my particular git project. Okay, this is the commit ID on which I have fired the command git reset hard. Okay, now move to the backup branch. Git checkout backup. Okay, now I'm in the backup branch. You can see over here, and run the command git log. So you can see here on the backup branch I'm getting all these two comments, all these two commits as well. See, this is the commit which I have done on December 19, okay, in which I have added these two files, which I have added after the git reset. See, after git reset, the log message is over here, and this is the commit on which I have reset my git head in the develop branch. So guys, this is the way. If you have executed the git reset hard by mistake, then definitely this is the way how you can recover your untracked data, or how you can recover your untracked files. Now there is a one more important point what I need to show you. Okay, close it. Suppose just go to your project. Suppose here in your project you have created some random files. I have created some files like this. Okay, I have created some random files over here. Okay, now go to git. Go to git and check git status. It's taking a bit. Just close and open it again. Don't worry, I will restart my system after this session so that it will make fast. And check git status. So you can see I'm getting a lot of files. I am getting a lot of untracked files. Okay, so in your case, if sometime you have done this kind of thing, then definitely it's hard to delete all the things. Okay, so how I can clean my git directory? So there's a command git clean -df. D means directory and F means file. Just execute this command. Okay, so it will clean complete directory, complete your git directory. Okay, run git status. Now see, your directory is up to date. You can see over here all the files has been deleted. See, so guys, this is the important command in the git. Okay, git clean -d-f is an important command in git, because as I remember, there was a time when I have unzipped a heavy file inside my git project, and in that particular file they have created multiple directory and multiple files in my git project, and it was hard to get rid of this. Okay, it was very hard to delete every individual file. So in that case, this git clean is a very important command. Okay guys, so guys, this is all about the common mistakes, okay, and how we can fix it. So we have seen a lot of things in these particular 3 or 4 lecture videos. So in coming tutorials we will see some more about the git stash and